What's up, guys? We're back in HermitCraft ModSauce. Drop your pasta sauce all over the floor because it's go time, baby. Here we are, ModSauce, near the base. Exciting times. And I just recorded this entire video and didn't realize my mic was muted. So here I am recording again. I hate my life. Just kidding. What's up? Today we're going to be working on a little bit of Botania. And I've already got it set up, and I also recorded everything and showed everything, but that doesn't matter because there's no audio, so it's like, neat. I did want to mention that I had changed my power a little bit here. I'll come down here and show you. You can see here, let me test this. Okay, this bucket's full. I'm actually going to change this out and show you what I'm doing. So you guys had recommended I change to the... what are they called? Yes, it recommended I change to the liquid node from extra utilities, and that actually is not an option. And the reason for that is the extra utilities. I think it's extra utilities, or maybe under IO. But the thing with the you know, the world interaction upgrade, that only works for water. It does not transfer liquids. I don't know why, and I think that's kind of dumb. But it only works for water, so that is like mega lame. But anyways, so what I'm doing now is, I mean, once these generators are full of power, it just goes straight to the drum and fills it up. And basically once I fill up, like, maybe, I don't know, say 10 drums, I'll put them in my ME system, and then I'll move this this kind of system to a more functional spot. So say there's like a drum right here, and all you got to do is just click this drum, or put the drum here, and it's got power. And then when you right click and see the drums running out, you just remove it, get a new drum, replace it, and then maybe like you go back here and you put the old drum here, and it will like start loading up the old drum with the switch. Press the switch, put the drum down, and then that way, like, it's using power, but like LP, but only when I have this thing online or when I'm online and I can monitor. It's not going to passively be taking LP for me all the time, because the engine will be off of the BuildCraft pump, and so it won't be always passively taking power. Alternatively, once I get some cursed earth inside of my altar here, and I have cursed earth going on, it's not going to matter, because I can have this thing off, and the cursed earth will spawn enough mobs for it probably to be like viable and to have the power on all the time. But anyways, so let's take a look at Botania. So the first thing, this all looks complicated. The first thing you need to do with Botania is make this wand of the forest, and we just make these living wood twigs and then any flower petals. And you guys know how flower petals go. You just put the flower, any flower in the crafting thing, and you get that color petal. And to get that wood, you got to make a daisy. And to get a daisy, you got to make this thing. So basically, this is just a thing that you put water in, and you start tossing petals and stuff in. And in order to make those ones, I think it's... I actually forget. I made a bunch there. You can look, though, with the Lexica Botania. So you can see functional flora. Actually, let's go back. No, it's not here. Basics. Oh yeah, pure daisy. So you can see the recipe. The sticks, it tells you. So you just need 4 white petals in here. So I'll make another daisy. You can see when I throw them in, it does that. Pretty cool. And then you throw in a seed, top it all off, and you get a pure daisy. Okay, how does a daisy work? Well, I'll show you with some wood. It works the same way with stone as it does with wood, but these are actually already ready to go, living wood from Botania. And the living wood and the living stone here is how you kind of, or the living rock is how you kind of craft everything. All the, I would say machines, but they're not machines, like how you craft all the blocks. So you put this daisy on the ground, and we have another one here. We could actually put 2. We don't want to put that there. And then you just take some wood. So I will take some mangrove logs, and any kind of like log will work. And you just do this, And let's do it over here too, because why the heck not? And you can see now, like, there's particles. See? Particles. And that will just eventually change. So it's simple as that. And then for this one, you just put smooth stone around it. And it takes like 2 minutes or so. And it will just change. Okay, so you have living wood. And now you can make your Wander the Forest. And the Wander the Forest, like, basically, look, you can see Wander your Forest is like your tell. Like, it tells you everything and its values. So see, it tells you how much mana, it tells you, you know, this thing. It tells you everything. Okay. So, what does that mean? Why do I care? That's what you're wondering. Well, this is what you need for everything. Okay, so then the next step is we wanted to make these day blooms. And these day blooms, they produce mana when it's daytime. Okay, so in order to make a day bloom, you can see if everything has a recipe in the Lexicon Botania, which is nice. You can see in the generating flora, because it generates mana, you can see day bloom, which is the most basic of generating flora. So it tells you what a good setup is. I guess this is a bad setup, so I spread mine apart because that's what it said. And you just put 2 yellow, an orange, and a light blue. So I will show you that. So we got light blue. We don't have any orange or yellow, but it's fine because these flowers are like everywhere. Like, look at this. We need an orange, 2 yellow, an orange, and a light blue. So now we just need to find yellow. It's like right here. Get a couple of them just to bring back. You could just gather for days, man, with these flowers. It's really cool. And the reason that I'm doing Botania, like the whole purpose, is so that, like, no. The reason I'm doing it is the whole purpose is, like, there's things that we can add that will stack with my blood magic OPness. Like, we can get more speed and stuff like that, which is just gonna be great because like later on when we later on we can like get the coin that sucks up items, which works a little bit better than the blood magic one. We can get things to make us faster underwater, just overall speed in general, just lots of stuff. Hey, horsey poos, what's up, horsey poos? Okay, let's head on back to my house. Right over here. I'm so excited for you guys to see my new like house plans. It's gonna be awesome. I've got 2 amazing ideas, but it's just a lot of work to get going. So, yeah. This video may be a little bit shorter today too, guys. So don't feel bad. I actually had recorded a 30-minute video for you guys, but then obviously the audio problems came in, and so it's just really annoying, and I'm just frustrated with that. But this one's coming through, so it's fine. Okay. So you can see that change by the way too. Cool. Okay, so like I said, it was 2 yellow, an orange, and a blue, and then you put in the seed. So, do it. So let's just make one. 2 yellow, ping, ping, blue, an orange one, and a seed. Boom, we got a day bloom. So you can see that. Obviously, I did that a couple times to make all this, and yeah. That's all I did. I actually don't think that's gonna work. So yeah, this is basically taking oh yeah. So okay, so I made a bunch of these, and then this is a mana spreader, which is giving us basically transporting the mana from the flowers into the mana pool. And so if you're wondering how that's made, it's pretty simple. You can see it's still transferring mana. This thing accepts so much mana, and these are working so slow because it's nighttime, so you can barely see any mana going in, but it is working. Mana spreader. If I type in mana here, you can see a lot of this stuff. A mana spreader is very simple. Living wood, which we already know how to get. White petal and a gold ingot, so we can make that. And any petal actually works. So you get the mana spreader. And then I guess there's better ones, Dreamwood. See, I don't know how to make this yet, but we'll get to that, I'm sure. Okay, so then the next step that you want to do, and what I did, obviously I've recorded all this already, but is the diluted mana pool. So it's just that stone over there, the smooth stone around. You get the living rock, and you make a diluted mana pool. But you actually make 2 of them. And the reason you do that is because, say this was a diluted mana pool and this was a diluted mana pool, then this thing, the regular, the diluted mana pool can't transform items. So if I was to throw like a petal in here, you'll see that it gives me a blue mana petal, and that's used in recipes and stuff. And you can transform diamonds and ingots to be other things. Well, the diluted mana pool, this one, it can't do that. So the only thing it can transform is another diluted mana pool into a regular mana pool. So you have a diluted one there, you'd have a diluted one in your inventory, you'd throw it in there, and then you'd get a regular mana pool. Then you could throw in your other diluted one, get another regular mana pool, and there you go. Also, we could get something here called a mana distributor. I could make one of these, and if I put it here, and then I put multiple mana pools around it, then it would distribute the mana evenly to all the different pools. Now, we're lucky because we would normally need to make the mana steel ingots, but we actually have a bunch because you remember when I was like mining and all that stuff. If you look, oh, actually they're not stored there. Where did they get stored? Oh mama, I think they must be here. I had stored a bunch of them. There they are. So we actually got lucky because I snagged a bunch, and I was like, I know that I'm gonna need these because I'm doing Botania, so I'm sure they'll come in handy. And sure enough, we've got 18, which is actually a fairly high number in terms of like, yeah, just making them, because they're not hard to make per se. It's just iron in the mana pool. But you know, I don't know, it's just cool to have them offhand already. So we could craft the mana distributor now, or if you look, we've got lots of recipe. We could make the mana lenses, the pylons, all this stuff. It gets complicated over time, but for now, let's just keep it basic. I am interested to check out some of the mana tools as an alternative to Tinker's, but yeah. So let's look at some of these rings. Band of Mana. I'm not sure what they do. Ooh, Soldier Sash. All these things are cool. So in order to make a lot of these things, you need runes. In order to make runes, we need an altar, which is what we're going to be working on now. This is like the next step, yeah, I would say. In order to get the altar, let's type in altar. In order to get the altar, we need to craft it. In order to craft it, we need to get either a mana pearl or a mana diamond. Well, it would make sense. We just need to throw in an ender pearl or a diamond in there. Now, I don't know if there's enough in here to do it now, so let's try. Oh, yeah, there is. Okay. So it's just enough. It's probably like, yeah, it's hard to see how much is in there because it's just moving so slow. Also, this particular flower here is a different type of flower called a endoflame. I can show you really quick how I crafted that. And if you look here, inside the petal apothecary, I had to craft a brown petal and then a mana brown petal, so I threw it in the thing. A red petal, a mana red petal, so I threw that one in the thing, and a light gray. And all that together makes endoflame. And eventually you want to make like a bunch of endoflames because it's just an upgrade from daybloom. It's actually just about one step up from daybloom. And what does it do and why is it better? This will actually soak up any fuel, as you can see there, you put around it. Any fuel that doesn't have a byproduct, and only one at a time. So it won't grab this next one here. You'll see, look, it's not grabbing it because the only thing is that I don't like is that this Wand of the Forest doesn't tell me that there's some in there. This should have a bar that's all the way full when you throw an item into it, and it should kind of soak up the bar slowly, you know what I'm saying? That goes into the mana store, because it, you know, it won't accept another item, and it won't accept anything that has a byproduct like a lava bucket, because that leaves behind, you know, the bucket. It will only accept like coal and coal blocks and stuff, but really cool and more efficient than these. So yeah, okay, it used up another one, so you can see it doesn't take that long. So it'd be cool to have a dispenser on a timer if you really wanted to get more. But there are also other ones too. There's ones that use water and stuff. I'm not sure what's the most efficient, and actually Whoa, it looked like there was mana shooting over there. I'm gonna wait to see your guys' comments to tell me. Like, what I'm gonna do is make 4 mana pools around a mana. What's it called? A mana distributor. But I need your guys' help to drop a comment and tell me what the best and easiest flower setup is here. Should I remove all the day blooms here? Should I have all endo flames? Should I do all the aqueous flowers? Like you can see here in the generating floral, we could make ones that take nightshade, which is like a dark counterpart of the day bloom. So at nighttime it gives you mana. Like, and then I don't even know how many blocks these things can spread. And I also don't know how to rotate this thing. That's something I'm trying to figure out. I don't know how to make it turn. Like, there's a way to aim these, and you guys will have to let me know. But either way, drop a comment and let me know if you know the answer to what the best, like a good little setup I could do for now is. So yeah. But now that we have the supply here, we're going to make the altar. So we want to do this and do that. I thought it was like that. Maybe I screwed something up. Altar. Runic altar. Oops, I just did it upside down. There it is. So what does the runic altar do? This thing is really cool. The runic altar is, I'll put it right here. I don't know if it needs mana to be pointed at it. I think it might do. I think it might need mana to be pointed at it. But the runic altar is like, as you can see, I can start throwing items in. And if you had a recipe, then you would right click with the wand here. And then you would have to throw, it needs a certain amount of mana, then you'd have to throw a living rock. And you wait until you get lightning, then you right click again, and then it turns that living rock and all the items into a rune. And runes is basically how we get by with anything. You can see here all these runes of the earth, and probably the most basic rune. We could try to start the crafting of a rune here. Unfortunately, because I don't know how to aim these annoying things, I'm gonna have to like put it in front of this thing. It's really annoying because I don't know how, but you guys will have to let me know how to aim it. But let's open up our Lexica Botania and let's have a look here. Mystical items. Let's see. There was something that I wanted to make that was basic. That requires just a basic rune. I forget though. No, not Terra Steel. Mana manipulation. You can oh yeah, lenses we need to make. So mana lens doesn't do anything. Let's see here. So a lens with a dye. We'll dye a lens. The pearl. Give us a rainbow tinted. Lenses are not only fancy color, one can upgrade them with materials to create new lenses which can do all sorts of effects on the mana bursts. So right now I'm not sure yeah, what the point is, but what I need to do is I want to look up how to make some of these runes here. So we can see, okay, let's look at how to make a rune of mana, because we're going to need that. And the Band of Aura is probably a good first ring. So let's look here. So okay, so to make a rune of mana, we need mana steel, and we need a mana pearl. So we have the mana steel, and how many does it say we need here? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mana steel and a mana pearl. So we already have the mana steel, which would just be iron inside this thing. Let's get our mana pearl. And unfortunately, yeah, I actually have to put this thing. Oops. I actually have to put this thing right in front because it requires mana, but I don't want to have to do that, but it's the only thing I know how to do because I don't know how to aim these, and I don't know if I can get multiple. Okay, so you can see the mana is now shooting into this. Cool. So we saw in the recipe it's 5 of those and 1 of these. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So now what we need to do is this is gonna charge up with like mana, and it's gonna start to do lightning particles, and that's how you know like you're ready for the next step. So, oh, I think I have to click it actually. Oh, yeah. I have to click it. I think it made a sound, so that sounds right. Okay, so now basically I told it like, okay, here's the recipe. Now I'm gonna wait here. I'm gonna pause and I'm gonna wait for the lightning particles that I was telling you guys about. And then once those are ready, then I throw it a living rock, and the living rock becomes the like basically the source of the I have another coal. Will it take it? Yep. The source of the rune. So then we'll have a mana rune, and then we'll make our first ring. And I don't think it'll do anything, but crafting 1 ring in 1 episode, I think that's pretty good for our first episode. And I'll have to learn more off camera anyways here, and I'll have to read your guys' comments to help me out to know kind of what I need to work on as far as a mana setup. And, you know, there's lots I need to learn basically to look at like what I want to work towards. But you guys will help me with that. So I'll pause here and I'll wait for the electricity to show you when this is done. And we'll be right back. Okay, yeah, so this is showing all signs that it's working, but I did one thing wrong. So the runic altar needs to get mana to it, but it needs to take mana out from the pool. So it needs to get its mana from the pool. So what I did wrong was it needs to be like this. We need to make another mana spreader. So let's go mana. Get a mana spreader here. And let's put this, and it needs to be right adjacent to the pool. So that's good. That's what we want. And then we need the runic altar there. So this is what we want. So you can see now. Oh yeah, this thing's full. It's giving it mana. That's what we want. So yeah, I guess you can't just take mana from flowers directly into the runic altar. It's got to come from the pool. And that's just the way she goes. Sometimes she goes, sometimes she doesn't. That's just the way she goes. So now let's load in our items again. Try this once more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And our pearl. And then we'll right click here. And so now we have the same noise as before, and we have this thing indicating that it's working, but we had that last time too, so I don't know. But I mean, this time look, we instantly have the lightnings, and so now we know it's really working. So now we throw this on here. We right click. Oh mama. Oh mama. That's awesome. So I don't know if this thing, okay, it doesn't look like it shoots. Unless this pool's empty. Yeah. I don't know if this is wasting mana to keep this here. Let me know in a comment if I shouldn't keep it like this all the time too. If it's wasting mana, I don't want this, right? And I also did figure out how to move these things. Guys, you just do this. So, I figured it out. It's once it's selected, then you can aim it. So, you could select this one and I could aim it. And you see. So you just click somewhere else. You shift click to select. Yeah. But anyways, it's all good. Okay, so this is still, yeah, so you can make sure that thing's selected by looking at the spreader. Okay, so now we have a rune of the mana, which we can use to make a mana blaster. We could use to make a band of aura. We can actually make flowers to give us like regen and stuff, so that's pretty cool. Let's make a band of aura. Let's make the band of aura. So we actually can already just craft this thing with our, here we go. We have our first ring. I don't know what it does, but we have it. We have it installed. So anyways, guys, drop a comment. Let me know what you think. Let me know what I should work on. What would synergize well with my current setup. And what I mean by that is what would synergize well with my armor and my advanced genetics that we should work on. And I need a better setup for flowers. So what would be a good efficient way of flowers? I heard that the flowers that absorb TNT for mana are pretty good because TNT is super easy to come by, especially in a mod pack. So it's simple. Once I get like 4 of those, I need mana. I just slap down TNT, you explode it, and then the flowers absorb that and put it into your pool here. So let me know what you think. Drop a comment. Let me know. I'll read them all. And drop a like on the video. It really helps out, guys. Drop a like. Appreciate that. And we'll see you on the next one. And I'm super excited for my new projects, which I'm going to be working on. I've got 2 really amazing ideas for projects that I'm going to be working on. But of course, right now, I just wanted to take a little break here and get a little bit into a new mod. I'm going to do some more research on the mod on my off time here off camera. But I just wanted you guys to check out what I've managed to do in just 1 episode. Being able to get a ring and a rune, I think is pretty good for just 1 little episode. Or sorry, for in only one episode it took us, you know, to do that. So I'm gonna be powering down, signing off, going to do some more research, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Thank you all for watching so much. I appreciate it. Peace and love, everybody.